What if I told you that in 2026, the world is about to witness something that has never happened before in the entire history of sport? Not just the biggest football tournament ever made, the biggest sporting event ever, full stop. And most people have absolutely no idea just how enormous this thing is going to be. The FIFA World Cup has always been special. Since 1930, every 4 years, the entire planet stops. Wars have paused for it, economies have shifted around it, billions of people, from tiny villages in West Africa to packed bars in Buenos Aires, all watching the same ball on the same pitch at the same moment. That is the power of football. And in 2026, that power is about to be turned up to a level we have never seen before. Here is what makes 2026 completely different from every World Cup that came before it. For the first time in history, 3 countries are sharing the hosting duties: the United States, Canada, and Mexico. 3 nations, 1 tournament, 16 stadiums spread across an entire continent. Just think about that for a second. Previous World Cups fit inside 1 country. In 2026, fans will be crossing international borders just to follow their team through the group stage. But the host nations are only part of the story. FIFA made another decision that changed everything. They expanded the tournament from 32 teams to 48 teams. That means 16 more nations get to compete on the biggest stage in football. Regions that were always left out, smaller footballing nations from Africa, Asia, and the Americas now have a real seat at the table. More teams, more stories, more moments that nobody predicted coming next.
And the numbers behind this tournament are staggering. We are talking about 104 matches. The previous record was 64. That is an enormous leap. More games means more drama, more upsets, more first-time heroes, more heartbreak. And for football fans, that means more of everything they love. Here's a fact that puts it all into perspective. The 1994 World Cup hosted right here in the United States, and that was with only 52 matches. Now imagine what happens in 2026 with 104 matches, modern mega stadiums, and a global fan base that has grown beyond anything football has ever known. The projections suggest this could attract over 5 million fans in attendance alone. That is before you count the television audience, which is expected to shatter every broadcasting record ever set. But here is what really matters. Football has always been more than a sport. It is the one language every country on Earth speaks. And the 2026 World Cup is not just going to be the biggest tournament in football history, it is going to introduce football to an entirely new generation in North America. Children who have never cared about the game will watch their first World Cup match and fall in love with it forever. That is how football grows. That is how the sport continues to spread to every corner of the planet. The Olympics are extraordinary. The Super Bowl is massive, but nothing on Earth gathers every single nation, every single culture, and every single football-loving heart the way the World Cup does. And in 2026, with 48 teams, 3 host nations, 104 matches, and billions of eyes locked on North America, we are not just watching football history. We are watching human history. If you want to understand everything about the 2026 World Cup, the stadiums, the teams, the format, the stories, subscribe right now, because we are covering all of it. Drop a comment below and tell me, which country do you think is going to lift that trophy in 2026? I will see you in the next one.